In this video, we'll walk you through how copyright and music work on YouTube for long-form videos, and some different options you have for using music in your content. First, let's talk about copyright and music on YouTube. Artists who write and perform music and the companies they work with own the copyright to their songs. That means they have the legal right to control how other people use their music. Copyright law is not specific to YouTube, but it requires sites like YouTube to process copyright removal requests, so it's important to keep in mind when creating content. Remember, videos uploaded to YouTube get scanned against a database of audio and visual content that's been submitted to us by certain copyright owners. So if you upload content that contains copyright-protected music, your content could get a Content ID claim, which means it could be blocked or made ineligible for monetization. Or it could get a copyright strike, which means it could be taken down completely. Note that shorts operate a bit differently. They've been set up to allow creators the freedom to use music when added via our Shorts audio library. But keep in mind, if you choose to use a song in your short from outside the Shorts audio library, you may receive a Content ID claim or be subject to a takedown request. There are also some common misconceptions about copyright and how it works on YouTube. So here are some things to keep in mind to help protect your content from copyright removal requests or Content ID claims. First, giving credit to the copyright owner or using phrases and disclaimers such as, "All rights go to the author," "I do not own," or "No infringement intended," does not give you the rights to use the copyrighted work. You need to make sure you've secured all the necessary rights to all copyright-protected elements in your video before you upload it to YouTube. Just because you recorded something yourself doesn't always mean you own all rights to upload it to YouTube. If your video includes someone else's copyright-protected content, such as copyrighted music playing in the background, or even singing, humming, or playing some of a song on an instrument, you can still be subject to potential copyright claims and takedowns. There is no minimum amount of time you're allowed to use someone else's copyrighted work. If you're using any amount of content that you don't own or don't have permission to use, even a few seconds, you're taking a risk of receiving a claim or takedown. Even if there are videos on the site that appear similar to what you've uploaded, that doesn't necessarily mean you also have the rights to post the content. Sometimes a copyright owner authorizes some uses or works, but not all, to appear on our site. If you believe your use of the content qualifies for a copyright exception, such as fair use or fair dealing, keep in mind that only courts can ultimately make that determination. You may want to consult with an attorney before relying on a copyright exception. We know that copyright can seem overwhelming and intimidating, and we know that adding music can help achieve your creative vision. So how can you do so without worrying about copyright or earning less from using music? The good news is there are options that YouTube has developed and that creators should know about. So now let's talk about what options you do have for using music. First, all creators have access to the YouTube audio library, where you can download music and sound effects free of charge for use in your videos. These tracks are copyright safe when used on YouTube, and using them won't result in Content ID claim or affect monetization status. To get to the audio library, go to YouTube Studio, then Audio Library. You can search through music tracks and sound effects and filter by title, genre, mood, artist, or duration. To preview any track, click the play button. And once you've found the perfect track, you can download it to use in your content. It's important to note that while all the tracks in the audio library are free of charge, some require attribution, or written credit in your content's description. These tracks are covered under the Creative Commons license and are marked with a CC icon in the license type column. To properly give attribution, click this icon, then click copy, then paste this in your video's description. If you want to find music that doesn't require attribution, click the filter bar, then attribution not required. If your video uses any music from the YouTube audio library, a music section will show on your video's watch page. If you're in the YouTube Partner Program, you'll have access to Creator Music. Creator Music combines all the tracks and sound effects of the YouTube audio library with a library of mainstream music you can use in your videos without the risk of losing monetization. To get to Creator Music, go to YouTube Studio, then Creator Music. If you have a specific track or artist in mind, you can use the search box on the homepage or Browse tab. You can also filter by genre, mood, vocals, BPM, duration, and price. When you filter by price, you can find tracks that are free of charge, both from music partners and from the audio library. You'll also see icons that represent the different usage terms that songs have within Creator Music. You'll see whether you can buy a license up front or share revenue with the artist or rights holder. We'll also show when a track is not available for licensing or revenue sharing, and instead would have visibility or monetization restrictions on your video if you use it. You can also download a track to try it out with your content before purchasing a license. We're constantly expanding the catalog, so check back periodically to see what new tracks are available. We hope this video helps you understand how to successfully use music in your videos to achieve your creative vision without losing monetization or receiving a content ID claim or copyright strike. Check out the resources in the description for more info on navigating YouTube's audio library, licensing songs from Creator Music, and information on copyright and content ID. Thanks for watching!